A very good evening to everyone. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to share my view. I must thank Public Relations Society of India for promoting philosophy of One India, One Agenda and One Voice to bring harmony across India. I also appreciate effort taken by PRSI during this difficult time of corona pandemic. During this time, we all must work together for the success of Atmanirbhar Bharat and Make in India and accelerate our efforts to make India world leader. In present time, we all need to work for high standard of performance and excellence and contribute our bit to make India the winner. And I think this is what the PRSI India and the Ahmedabad chapter is doing it. I feel our unity is our strength. Now, I would also like to share some view about the national education policy, which has been introduced by the government shortly. So I want to congratulate government for bringing much needed reform in education after 34 years in a form of National Education Policy 2020. John W. Gardner once said, all of often we are giving young people cut flowers when we should be teaching them to grow their own plants. So today we are producing degree holders. In our country, the 70 to 70% of graduates are unemployable. So somewhere we are lacking, which is important for perspective. Also, there is a need to promote and encourage independent thinking, creativity, and research from school itself. Rabindranath Tagore said, the future is in idea. I am glad National Education Policy 2020 has emphasized on these issues. This policy is based on following principles. The first is flexibility for learners to choose their learning trajectories and according to their interests. That's very, very important. Multidisciplinary and the holistic education, regular formative assessment for learning, respect for diversity and respect for local context in curriculum and pedagogy, equality and inclusion. It has also emphasized on conceptual understanding, creativity, critical thinking, vocational training, and skill development, ethics and human constitutional value, and life skills. In this policy, the latest policy, there is no hard separation between science, commerce, and arts, between curricular and extracurricular activities, between vocational and academic importance. It emphasizes on rigorous recruitment and training for teachers and continuous professional development of our teachers. It aims at producing engaged, productive, and contributing citizens for building an equitable, inclusive, plural society as envisaged by the Constitution. I'm sure this national education policy will be a milestone in India's journey towards becoming a global knowledge superpower. Now I would like to say something about my school, Army Public School. Army Public Schools were established in 1974 for imparting education to children of armed forces personnel. There are total of 137 schools all over the country, with a goal to make every child civilized, refined, cultured, and educated. We at APS Ahmedabad work with a mission to provide individual attention and opportunities to students so as to foster integrated, innovative, and critical thinking so that maximum potential of students can be attained through enjoyable learning process. The strength of our APS lies in the unity in diversity, as children from diverse culture, language, and belief come and work together to build a strong nation. Of course, this pandemic has forced our schools and colleges to shift from our traditional classroom teaching to a virtual teaching learning process. Because of this, the teachers and students have faced many challenges also. So these challenges were overcome by first, we gave training to our teachers and students on e-learning. The other challenge for the teacher was to keep students focused in these virtual classes because they are different from our regular classroom teaching. So for this, the teachers emphasized on quality interaction with students to create educational experiences that are challenging, enriching, and also it extend their academic abilities. Teacher motivated the students by making a real world connections, giving them hand-on activities, using various collaborative tools to make teaching learning interactive, interesting, and enjoyable for our students. We at APS believes in holistic development of our children. So virtually, we are conducting art and craft, music, dance, yoga classes for our children to make our children physically fit and mentally sound. We regularly take feedback from our students. Even we also give them regular feedback, and we take feedback from parents and work on their suggestions. I'm hopeful that we will overcome this pandemic soon and will go back to our classroom teaching. We at APS continue to strive for excellence to prepare our future generation strong. So here I'll end. Thank you so much. Jai Hind.
Jai Hind, madam. Thank you so much. We have met here for the first time on this platform, but we are sure that we will be seeing more of you in the future. Here, I will also like to thank Wing Commander Puneet Chadda sir for his continuous support and coordination with us to have you on board for us. So I'm sure Wing Commander sir is also there in our audience, and we will be hearing from him also very shortly. Next, thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
So now, as a part of this section, so you be there, ma'am, because your section is now still, on. We decided to call a socialite who is from an industry which actually today challenges and says that yes, it is time for us to become Atmanirbhar. It is time for us to get global. And which industry can do that more than the IT industry? So recently I saw a kind of a post that Trump is surrounded by so many Indian, technocrats right now that tomorrow if he organizes a meeting, he has to get samosas, pakoras and dal vadas on the menu because there are so many Indians around him. So to honor this Army Public School, we decided to invite a very young rookie, somebody from the IT industry. I will like to invite Mr. Abhimanyu Goswami here on the dais with us, who is the co-founder of an organization called Net Analytics. In this current time of pandemic, it is Net Analytics which has stood up and they have announced, a 50 crore US dollar kind of an investment in Gujarat, and it is ready to even, give more and more employment opportunities to the young engineers. So can we have the next slide, sir? And can we invite Mr. Abhimanyu Goswami to please come forward and share his thoughts with us?
Hello. Thanks a lot, sir. Thanks a lot for inviting me. And thanks a lot to all the amazing educators on the portal. And thanks a lot Anu ma'am, first of all, for your great words. Anju ma'am, I am sorry for the great words. And one thing that that relates me to Army School is that I stay in the same area and I am a Rachnite pass out. So that is something that relates us. So thanks a lot, guys. So yeah, not taking much of your time, I would like to talk something about Net Analytics and what we do. So we are a company that has been founded in California, and we are a company founded by people from Google, Facebook. And what we do is we do network automation using artificial intelligence, and not going deep into the technical aspects of Net Analytics, but talking on this amazing day of Teachers Day on what our basic goal and vision is. I would just like to give you guys tell you guys a small understanding that I have come through, that when COVID started, we saw many layoffs in India. So I was wondering why have our engineers gone through many layoffs. So one of the main reasons I found out was that India is known as a IT ecosystem, which is known by people in USA and Europe as a ecosystem where they can outsource their projects at cheap rates. So that is how we are known, and it's good, but it also tells us that India is a project based companies in which we are doing labor job for others, and we don't have our products of our own. I mean, on this portal, if I ask anyone, does India has a unicorn like Google or Facebook, we will say no, not a multinational unicorn. So the basic concept of net analytics is to make sure that the kids who pass out through the engineering colleges don't dream of going to USA, don't dream of going to Europe, they dream of going to dream of staying in Gujarat. And we are a company that is led by hardliner Gujaratis. When we say Gujaratis, we don't mean any caste, any religion, any gender. We mean people who have their heart and mind in Gujarat. So when we were going to start this company, and we did establish a office in Ahmedabad, so many people asked me, why don't you go to Pune or Bangalore? So I just told them that I want to make sure we get enough employment in Gujarat. Every year we see 45,000 students to 50,000 students passing out, and most of them are left jobless, or most of them are thinking about going to Bangalore or Hyderabad. I think we need product based companies that can employ people in our own state, and we want to make sure that Gujarat is known as and Ahmedabad is known as the Silicon Valley of India. And that is our basic vision and focus. For that, Net Analytics has promised to invest $50 million in Gujarat in the upcoming 5 years, and we are going to hire 3,000 engineers from Gujarat and give jobs to them. And that is the basic vision of Net Analytics, and not taking much of your time. And thanks a lot, ma'am, Anju ma'am, for your kind words. And it is always good to see that there was a time when I used to be very excited about Teachers Day, because what I was going to gift to my favorite teacher, and how would she react to being on this portal. And Subhojit ji and sir, as I call you Dada, it was an honor for you to invite me, and I'm looking forward to working with all the educators. And I think the change starts from the education system itself. We need to tell our kids it is not necessary to go to USA, it is not necessary to go to Europe. You can make a career out of yourself in India. And I guess all the educators present on this portal, I would request you to please convey this message, and because we have personally come across these kind of things. So the change starts from the school. So I hope everyone will support me. Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot, Abhimanyu. Be around a bit. I think you also were a notorious student like me, in the school times. And today we and you will do most of the talking, and we will try to erase all our bad memories. I was even telling some of the educators that, I have never been in touch with so many school principals and educators at a time, because even for me, handling my own principal was a difficult task. Okay, thank you so much, Abhimanyu.
It's my privilege and honor to present this certificate to Army Public School. To ma'am, I have a few words to say that as I was growing as a child, it was my earnest desire to be in Army. But unfortunately, I could not join Army and landed in public relations and communication field. But my passion for Army continued, and that was translated in salutations to Indian Armed Forces. And whenever I got an opportunity, I was part of Indian Army's efforts, and as an outsider. And whatever was happening in Kashmir, I wrote a poem on that also. जो पत्थर मार रहे थे लोग, आज आपको ये सर्टिफिकेट देते हुए मुझे बहुत खुशी हो रही है और एक सम्मान में महसूस कर रहा हूँ. तो अंजू मैम, I am honored to present this to you. You are.
Let's have a round of applause, Abhimanyu ji. As you can see, this certificate will have your signatures, and when the COVID pandemic gets over, we will ensure that our certificate reaches to Anju ma'am in person, and we are able to go.
खोज ले अब तू अपने दम पर भूख मार के धूल झाड़ ले छोड़ छाड़ के सारे छप्पर हट समंदर अपना अंबर खोज ले अब तू अपने दम पर भूख मार के धूल झाड़ ले छोड़ छाड़ के सारे छप्पर खोल दे पर 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 खोल दे पर
Congratulations, Anju ma'am.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Congratulations,
Dada.
Abhimanyu. Yes.
Thanks a lot. And you
Thanks a
talked
lot.
about us going to ma'am's office. So I guess it would be first time when we'll go. I'll go to the principal's office for a positive reason. So that's
Okay. Great. Congratulations.